Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Linux Minute. I'm your host, Guy the IT Guy, and today in the Linux Minute, we're going to talk about Calculate Linux and Oracle Linux. And some of the news is dropped today. Well, actually, yesterday. Sorry. Is Alex Tversky has announced the release of Calculate Linux 20.6, a new version of the project's Gentoo-based rolling release distribution set available in KDE, Plasma, Cinnamon, LXQT, Mate, and EXFCE editions. And to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Calculate Ltd. Or Limited, we are pleased to unveil the new Calculate Linux 20.6 release. This version provides numerous optimizations, namely shorter boot up time, reduced memory requirements, and added pre-configured web browser extensions for Nextcloud support. Main changes by default: ZRAM is used instead of a physical swap partition, ZSTD compression for the kernel, the modules, and the init RAMs. Linux kernel modules installed as packages come as ZSTD archives too. Pulse audio is used by default, but you can choose ALSA if you like. Chromium comes with a pre-configured uBlock Origin plugin. The Passman and Freedom Marks can also be added to your web browser. So let's go ahead and jump over to the full release announcement. We'll open that up in a new tab there. And it's opening up so slowly. Okay, and let's see here. Deluge was replaced with QBitTorrent. When you close your laptop cover, the default action is to suspend. It has better Wi-Fi support, better handling of orphan dependencies removal, and for multi-boot live USBs, the preferred image will always be the one at the end of the list. Different versions are available for 6 binary kernels, including those with the Futex Weight multiple patch for smoother running of Steam. Ccache was pre-configured to be used by Emerge as well as the CL kernel. And here you go, the fixes: the suspend and hibernate modes now running correctly in XFCE. The touchpad behavior after the suspend call was fixed. Images are no longer disabled when using memory cache for them. Local overlay configuration fixed, and mate login fixed. Okay, and then it just goes on. There's a lot that they've updated in this. You can now break the compilation process if the templates provide a wrong patch. PXE launching and installation were fixed. A package can be figured and installed into the system at the same time. It's fixed. The features user priv can be used at compilation time. Detection of running Emerge with CL update fixed. Pre-build image of configuration fixed. Removal of old from your boot was added at packaging time. EIX diff support while creating an image. The LP admin group now comes as the default one. sysops/portage can now handle CU without installing Python 2.7. PyOpenSSL fixed. Video card detection fixed. Visa, however you want to say it, is available as a video card choice. Installing X11 drivers /NVIDIA drivers at boot time is now fixed. Image creation with X11 drivers and NVIDIA drivers is fixed. CL console GUI fixed. User directory initialization fixed or for encrypted profiles. You can add custom parameters for kernel boot while creating an image. Skip revdep rebuild was replaced with revdep rebuild. The world function was fixed for templates. And the featured software that's packaged with, said Calculate Linux 20.6 released is CL KDE Desktop or KDE Frameworks, Cinnamon Desktop, LXQT Desktop, the Mate Desktop, XFeed Desktop, XFCE Scientific Desktop, the CDS Directory Server, the CLS Linux Scratch, and CSS Scratch Server. And here you can download an update. Apparently it's already had 803 views. It was created 2 days ago. They don't show how often people download it though. That was quite a shame. It's probably getting a lot of down. Probably got just as many downloads as it got views. But with Calculate Linux, it sounds a little bit more scientific kind of setup. Almost, even with the word Calculate Linux of a title, it sounds like it's more for like accountants. Where Oracle Linux would be more like for database distribution. Well, it even says right here, enterprise class server distribution built from the source code of Red Hat. And then there's Robo Linux. That one sounds kind of interesting. John Martinson has announced the release of Robo Linux 11.02, an upgraded build of Project Ubuntu-based distribution which integrates VirtualBox to run various guest operating systems within the main host. Despite the bump in the version number, the new release of Robo Linux is still based on Ubuntu 18.04. Its major new feature is an option to purchase a commercial application called Untracker, which updates a computer's MAC address at every reboot or at selected intervals. So basically, you can update your MAC address or change your MAC address. And then RescueZilla. That was the last one that we had covered because there's CentOS and FreeBSD. But there you go. There is today's Linux news. I'm your host, Guy the IT Guy. This has been the Linux Minute.